Ready for a shocking truth about red meat? Strap in. Today, we're diving deep into the world of red meat and uncovering some startling facts that might just change the way you look at your dinner plate forever. Red meat has been a beloved staple in many diets around the world for centuries. From juicy steaks to hearty burgers, it's hard to resist the allure of a perfectly cooked piece of red meat. But what if I told you that this delicious indulgence comes with a hidden cost to your health? Let's explore the reasons why red meat might not be as good for you as you think. Red meat, it's a staple in many diets. Families gather around the dinner table to enjoy meals that often feature red meat as the star of the show. Whether it's a Sunday roast, a barbecue with friends, or a quick weeknight dinner, red meat is a common choice. But while it may be a tasty and convenient option, it's important to be aware of the potential health risks associated with its consumption. But it comes with hidden dangers. These dangers aren't always immediately apparent, but over time, they can have a significant impact on your health. One of the most concerning issues is the link between red meat consumption and heart disease. Heart disease is the leading cause of death worldwide, and diet plays a crucial role in its development. Studies show that regular consumption of red meat can increase your risk of heart disease by a whopping 20%. And that's not all. The saturated fats and cholesterol found in red meat can contribute to the buildup of plaque in your arteries, leading to a condition known as atherosclerosis. This condition narrows and hardens the arteries, making it more difficult for blood to flow through them. Over time, this can result in high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. High intake is linked to colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer is the third most common cancer worldwide, and diet is a major factor in its development. Research has shown that people who consume large amounts of red meat are at a higher risk of developing this type of cancer. The exact reasons for this link are still being studied, but it's believed that certain compounds in red meat, such as heme iron and nitrates, may play a role in promoting cancer growth, diabetes, and even stroke. Scary, right? The connection between red meat and diabetes is another area of concern. Type 2 diabetes is a chronic condition that affects millions of people worldwide, and diet is a key factor in its management. Studies have found that high consumption of red meat, particularly processed red meat, is associated with an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This may be due to the high levels of saturated fats and other unhealthy compounds found in red meat. But why is red meat so bad? To understand this, we need to take a closer look at the nutritional content of red meat and how it affects our bodies. Red meat is rich in protein, which is essential for building and repairing tissues, but it also contains high levels of saturated fats and cholesterol. These components can have a negative impact on our cardiovascular health. It's packed with saturated fats and cholesterol. Saturated fats are known to raise levels of LDL cholesterol, often referred to as bad cholesterol, in the blood. High levels of LDL cholesterol can lead to the formation of plaque in the arteries, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Additionally, red meat contains dietary cholesterol, which can also contribute to elevated blood cholesterol levels. Your arteries? Not a fan. When plaque builds up in the arteries, it can restrict blood flow and lead to serious health problems. This process, known as atherosclerosis, is a major risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. The more red meat you consume, the greater your risk of developing these conditions. Plus, cooking red meat at high temperatures creates harmful compounds. When red meat is cooked at high temperatures, such as grilling or frying, it can produce harmful compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These compounds have been shown to cause changes in DNA that may increase the risk of cancer. These can damage cells and lead to inflammation. Inflammation is a natural response by the body to injury or infection, but chronic inflammation can contribute to the development of various diseases, including heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. The compounds formed during the cooking of red meat can trigger inflammatory responses in the body, further increasing the risk of these conditions. So what can you do? The good news is that there are steps you can take to reduce your risk while still enjoying your favorite foods. One of the most effective strategies is to cut down on your red meat consumption. This doesn't mean you have to eliminate it entirely, but reducing the amount you eat can have significant health benefits. Cut down on red meat. Start by being mindful of portion sizes and frequency. Instead of having red meat every day, try incorporating it into your diet just a few times a week. When you do eat red meat, opt for leaner cuts and trim any visible fat before cooking. This can help reduce the amount of saturated fat and cholesterol you consume. Swap it for chicken, fish, or plant-based proteins. There are plenty of delicious and nutritious alternatives to red meat that can provide the protein your body needs without the associated health risks. Chicken and fish are excellent sources of lean protein and are generally lower in saturated fats and cholesterol. Plant-based proteins such as beans, lentils, tofu, and tempeh are also great options and come with the added benefits of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Your heart and body will thank you. Making these changes to your diet can have a positive impact on your overall health and well-being. By reducing your intake of red meat and incorporating more lean proteins and plant-based foods, you can lower your risk of heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and other chronic conditions. You'll also likely feel more energetic and better equipped to maintain a healthy weight. Remember, a small change in your diet can lead to big health benefits. Stay informed, stay healthy. It's important to stay informed about the foods you eat and how they affect your health. By making conscious choices and being mindful of your diet, you can take control of your health and enjoy a longer, healthier life. So next time you're planning a meal, consider the impact of red meat and explore the many delicious and nutritious alternatives available. Your body will thank you for it. Processed red meat. It's a convenient and tasty option, often found in sandwiches, breakfast plates, and snack packs. But what if this seemingly harmless choice is hiding even more dangers than its unprocessed counterpart? Processed red meats like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats undergo various methods of preservation, including curing, smoking, and adding chemical preservatives. These processes might enhance flavor and extend shelf life, but they also introduce a host of health risks that can have serious consequences for your body. One of the most alarming concerns is the increased risk of cancer. The World Health Organization has classified processed red meat as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning there is strong evidence that it causes cancer in humans. Specifically, regular consumption of processed red meat has been linked to colorectal cancer, the same type of cancer associated with unprocessed red meat, but at even higher risk levels. The nitrates and nitrites used in processing can form N-nitroso compounds, which are known carcinogens. But cancer is not the only risk. Processed red meat is also loaded with sodium, which can lead to high blood pressure, a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. Just a few slices of bacon or a couple of sausages can push you over the recommended daily limit for sodium, putting unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system. Moreover, the high levels of saturated fats and cholesterol in processed red meats can further contribute to the buildup of plaque in your arteries, exacerbating the risk of heart disease. And let's not forget about diabetes. Studies have shown that people who consume large amounts of processed red meat are at a significantly higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The exact mechanisms are still being studied, but it's clear that the combination of unhealthy fats, sodium, and chemical preservatives plays a detrimental role. So, what can you do to protect yourself? The first step is to be mindful of your processed red meat intake. Try to limit these foods to occasional treats rather than daily staples. Look for alternatives like fresh cuts of lean meat, poultry, fish, or plant-based proteins. When grocery shopping, read labels carefully and choose products with lower sodium and no added nitrates or nitrites. Remember, making small changes in your diet can lead to significant improvements in your health. By reducing your consumption of processed red meat, you're taking a crucial step towards a healthier, longer life. Stay informed, stay healthy. While the health risks of consuming red meat are substantial, there's another dimension to consider: the environmental impact of red meat production. The journey of red meat from farm to table is fraught with significant ecological consequences that affect our planet in profound ways. Firstly, let's talk about greenhouse gas emissions. Livestock farming, particularly cattle, is a major contributor to methane emissions. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas with a global warming potential up to 28 times greater than carbon dioxide over a 100-year period. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, livestock accounts for approximately 14.5% of all human-induced greenhouse gas emissions. This makes the meat industry one of the top contributors to climate change. Another critical issue is land use. The production of red meat requires vast amounts of land, not just for grazing, but also for growing feed crops. This extensive land use often leads to deforestation, especially in regions like the Amazon rainforest. Deforestation not only destroys habitats and threatens biodiversity, but also reduces the planet's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide, further exacerbating global warming. Water consumption is another major concern. Producing a single kilogram of beef can require up to 15,000 liters of water. This includes water used for drinking, cleaning, feed crop irrigation, and meat processing. In a world where water scarcity is becoming an increasing concern, the high water footprint of red meat production is unsustainable. Moreover, the use of fertilizers and pesticides in feed crop production can lead to water pollution. Runoff containing these chemicals can contaminate rivers, lakes, and oceans, causing harmful algal blooms and dead zones where aquatic life cannot survive. This not only affects wildlife, but also disrupts local communities that rely on these water sources for their livelihoods. Given these environmental impacts, reducing red meat consumption can be a powerful way to lessen your ecological footprint. Opting for plant-based proteins or even sustainably sourced poultry and fish can make a significant difference. Supporting local organic farms that use regenerative practices can also help mitigate some of the environmental damage associated with conventional meat production. By making mindful choices about the food we consume, we not only improve our health, but also contribute to a more sustainable and resilient planet. Every small step counts in the fight against climate change and environmental degradation. Together, we can create a healthier future for ourselves and the generations to come. Stay informed, stay responsible. While reducing red meat consumption is crucial for both our health and the environment, it's equally important to explore nutritious and delicious alternatives. Thankfully, there are plenty of options that can seamlessly replace red meat in your diet, ensuring you get all the essential nutrients without the associated risks. First on the list are plant-based proteins. Foods like lentils, chickpeas, and beans are not only rich in protein, but also packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They can be used in a variety of dishes, from hearty stews to salads and even burgers. For example, a lentil-based shepherd's pie or a chickpea curry can be just as satisfying as their meat-based counterparts. Tofu and tempeh are excellent sources of protein derived from soybeans. These versatile ingredients can absorb the flavors of whatever spices or sauces you cook them with, making them perfect for stir-fries, soups, and sandwiches. Tempeh, in particular, has a firmer texture and a slightly nutty flavor, offering a great alternative to meat in recipes that require a more substantial bite. Quinoa and other whole grains like farro and barley are not only high in protein, but also provide essential amino acids, making them complete protein sources. These grains can be used as a base for salads, bowls, or even as a stuffing for vegetables. For those who prefer the taste and texture of meat, plant-based meat substitutes have come a long way. Products made from pea protein, soy, and other plant ingredients now closely mimic the taste and texture of beef, chicken, and pork. Brands like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods offer burgers, sausages, and ground meat that can easily be swapped into your favorite recipes. Fish and seafood are also excellent alternatives. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals, fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide numerous health benefits. They can be grilled, baked, or added to salads and pastas for a nutritious meal. Don't forget the power of vegetables. Mushrooms, eggplants, and jackfruit can all be used to create hearty, meat-like textures in dishes. A portobello mushroom burger or a pulled jackfruit sandwich can be incredibly satisfying and flavorful. Incorporating a variety of these alternatives into your diet not only helps reduce your red meat intake, but also adds diversity to your meals, ensuring you get a wide range of nutrients. By making these small changes, you can enjoy delicious, nutritious meals while supporting your health and the health of the planet. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to make a positive impact. Choose wisely, eat mindfully, and discover the endless possibilities that lie beyond red meat.